Hello and welcome back. My name is Modupe. Welcome to the Singles Haven. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you have subscribed. And if you have been watching this channel and you haven't subscribed, guy, wait till you gain. What about you? Oh yeah, click the subscribe button before you forget and click it now. Then you come back to come and continue watching this video. Welcome everybody once again. My name is Modupe. Welcome to the Singles Haven. On today's gist session, today's topic is resolutions versus setting goals. I remember growing up, I'm sure some of you can relate. Okay, it's okay if you can relate, but still, I remember growing up back then in secondary school, university particularly, from like December 31st, 30th, 31st, you write New Year resolutions. I will not do this again. I will not do that again. One thing. Brethren, sisters, as the excitement, the frenzy of the new year is winding down, your resolutions will begin to it begins to wind down with the excitement, with the hype and all whatnot. And at some point I stopped writing, because what was the point of writing New Year's resolutions and you're back to square one and you're doing those same things that you said you will not do again. So as I grew older, let me speak for myself, I began to hear of the word goal setting, goal scoring, kinikon, all those things. Okay. I think the simplest way that I've heard it is from Dr. Sam Adeyemi of Daystar Christian Center. And he said goal setting is just penning down the things you want to do for the year, breaking it down into smaller goals, itemize it into something smaller that you can achieve either daily, either weekly or monthly. So I decided to share how I set my goals for the year. I think it became a practice a few years ago. It's not something that I will say I'm an expert on. It's okay. I'm learning too. We're all learning. So, let me share my thoughts anyways. From like October of each year, for instance, October of this year, I started to think of 2023. I know, yes, the year has not ended, one thing, but hey, you start to think, okay, in 2023, what do I want to do? What can I do? What haven't I done in 2022 that I can take to 23? And all whatnot. Remember these things. Me, I don't do them without God. I ask him, okay, how far? What do you have in mind for me for the new year? The Bible says his thoughts are not our thoughts, his ways are not our ways. I always want to be in sync with him. Okay, share your plans with me, share your thoughts with me, and I'll pen them down. I would see how to go about it and all whatnot. Then I take a look at the present year. What did I do right? What do I need to work on? So for instance, this year from 21, I looked at, for instance, what I did right in my finances. I looked at as the year was winding down in 21, I looked at my finances, particularly my rent, because that thing used to give me headache. Hey God, it used to give me headache. Lord, let's just leave it at it used to give me headache. So I looked at it. How much is my rent? Okay, 400k. I penned it down, 400,000 naira. I divided it by 12. How much am I going to be saving per month? How much do I need to do? Let's even do the calculations now. So 400k divided by 12. So this is what it comes to, 30 something thousand plus. I hope you can see it. So okay, and I decided that my business, I have a catering business, Modupe Olobe, on Instagram. I will put it up so that you can follow me and patronize me as well. Anyways, we work from home, and I decided, okay, Olobe will be paying some, I will be paying some. I rounded it up to 40,000 naira, and every month I broke it down. Olobe will pay 20, Modupe will pay 20. That's 40,000 naira, and we're going to save for XYZ amount of months to be able to get our rent. And boy, hey God, guys, I did it. Hey, when my savings surpassed 400, I cried. I won't lie. No, tears of joy, tears of gratitude. Like, ah, God, I did this thing. I was deliberate. I disciplined myself, and I did it. You know, I shared it with my siblings and one of my friends. My friend was like, she's happy for me, that she's so proud of me. I told her, it may look small, like, you know, it may look like insignificant and all. She was like, it's not so. I'm so proud of you. My siblings were happy for me. I was happy for myself. I did a happy dance. I remember in 21, the entire year of 21. 21 into this year, I used to recite or chant every time I think about my rent. Before, it used to give me anxiety. I used to worry, like, hey God, how am I going to do this thing? But instead, I switched. I have resources to be able to pay my bills. I'm going to pay my rent once. I'm not going to, because there was a time I used to split it into two and all that. Maybe I'll pay in November, I'll pay the balance in December and all. And I will just keep saying, soon I'm going to pay my rent once. I'm going to have the entire sum. My resources are made available for me. And when I did pay, best believe your girl kneels down in tears of gratitude and thanksgiving that God, Modupe, my name, yes, Modupe. So moving on to the next, what I need to do better in. So finances, good. My relationship with God, good. One of the things I know that I need to work on is my health. Not that anything is wrong with me per se, but I want to make it a habit to do medical checkups yearly. Even if it's once, let me start with once. Let me start with once. All my cousins recommended. She told me how she did a checkup somewhere, the amount she spends. So I was like, okay. I looked them up. I noticed that there's one on Oshodi, that Oshodi Apapa Expressway. I looked them up. I'm like, okay, 2023, this is what I'm going to do. So I put it down. I know Nigerians, we have a phobia for, going for medical checkups, but I want to stop. I want to remove myself from that. Let me even know what is going on in my body. Abby, moving on to the next, I start to think and pen down thoughts about the new year and break them down. You already know. Okay, so for instance now, sometime last month, I was feeling uneasy. I need to do something new with the business, Modupe Olobe. I want something new. I want to learn something new. So I thought about it. Okay, I'll go back to chef school. I've gone to Red Dish Chronicles before in Lagos. So another thought crossed my mind. Hey, let's look outside of Nigeria. So I looked at one chef school in South Africa, then Nigeria. I penned down both amounts. You already know that outside of Nigeria is the millions. The particular course I'd like to do in Red Dish is let's say approximately 450 plus. Let's just round this up to like 500. Per adventure things change. I shall pen both of them down. Like, I'm learning. It's from Dr. Sam Adeyemi. I learned this too, that when he started out in ministry, that one day God told him, don't look at the resources, just focus on the assignments. Because come to think of it, if you say, okay, you want to do XYZ and you look at the amount first, you'll be discouraged. I will be discouraged. So I just pen it down that, okay, If I'm going to do it in Nigeria, I'm going to spend like $500,000. What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? How much am I going to save? XYZ. So that's how I, the new things I want to do that I hope to achieve, I pen it down, I break it down. How am I going to achieve them? Moving on to the next. I never fail to ask for my word for the year from God. This is so important to me. Very, very important, because I'm a Christ follower. I don't want to do anything outside of his will. And most importantly, I need a word from him that I will hold personally, that will be for me. Like this, Modupe, this is your word for the year. For instance, this year, my word for this year was Joshua 1 verse 9. And this is how I chant it. I am bold, I am courageous, I will not be afraid, because the Lord my God is with me. Modupe Olobetu had its own, or has its own, we have not ended yet, has its own Psalm 127 verse 1. Unless the Lord builds the house, the laborers labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over a city, the watchmen stay awake in vain. So I keep, reciting. I write them down on a sticky note. I paste mine personally near my mirror. Modupe Olobetu, I paste it in the kitchen. I keep looking at it. I keep reading it on the days that I am discouraged. I'm like, Lord, who sends me? Things are not going the way I planned. Oluwa. Those times that say Nigeria was doing anyhow. The inflation was doing anyhow. That was what I was reciting on top of Modupe Olobetu's head. You are building this, so I don't know how you are going to do it. You are building this business. Then for me, the steps I've taken this year, particularly was starting this channel. I took the boldness from Joshua 1 verse 9. So I will never, like this for 23, I've asked him what's the word for the year. He has given me mine. And I'm like, gosh, I'll keep, feasting on it, reading it. I'll keep reading it, meditating on it till it becomes my own word personally. Next is I carry over undone goals into the new year. There's no pressure of, you did not do this, you did not achieve this, why didn't you? This one, that one. Nope. Oh, okay, I wasn't able to do this year. I bring it into the next year. Okay, for instance, I have a loan that I am yet to pay off from this year. I'm taking it into 23. Okay, this is how much it is. How am I going to do it? How am I going to pay? I'm going to save XYZ amount of money for the for XYZ amount of months and put it together so I'll have a lump sum of money to pay this person. That's one of the things, like an example of how I carry over my goals. Because I didn't do it this year, doesn't mean I can't do it in the next year. And last but not the least, no pressure zone. As much as possible, I don't allow anything to pressure me. People are on social media or wherever. They're talking about how they achieved, how they smashed their goals, how they had 10 goals, they smashed these, they've even started 2023's goals. Wow, may the Lord bless you. Namaste. Well done. I would be learning from you. If I feel like, the pressure is getting too much, I can't deal, I reduce the things I feed my eyes on, or the things that I listen to, and I focus on myself. No pressures. Even, to have the plans for 23, no pressures. I don't have the entire year planned. I don't have the first half planned. If it's just the first 3 months, fantastic. Bit by bit, that's one thing that I have come to understand, that the thoughts and the plans will keep coming, and I'll keep documenting it. As the months go, as the weeks go, I'll keep documenting it, I'll keep writing it down, and we'll keep smashing them one by one. So, people of God, do not allow pressure from you or from anyone else, from any angle. No allow anybody put you under any form of pressure. Understood? Okay, so that's all for Now that's all from me. If there's any method, if there's any app, if there's any tool you use that's going to be beneficial to me and to any other person that is watching and reading these comments, the comments below, please share. We are here to learn and to help each other. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did watch till the end and you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share and to subscribe. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I never take your time for granted. I don't take the time, the fact that you spend time and data watching these videos, I don't take them for granted. Thank you very much. Modupe gone. Until the next time you get another video, another notification from me, make sure you have a beautiful week ahead, and most importantly, do not allow anything or anyone steal your joy. Have an absolutely beautiful week. God loves you. Bye. Mwah, mwah,
Hi guys, welcome to the Single City. Welcome back.